tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, Stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time.
Talking gold and silver and crypto too. With Joe and the gang, it's what we do.
Good morning, Stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time. We're stacking sats, we're stacking gold. In the world of finance, real gold. Every sip, every chart, we're on our way to financial freedom, come what may.
So grab that tasty beverage, let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, Stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time. Good morning, Stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time.
Gold is in a mini-mania phase. We're going to take a look at the gold price today. Its velocity is increasing quite a lot. It's just stepping up much more quickly than it normally is. Are we in for a short-term, very short-term top? I believe we are coming soon. We'll take a look at live at the gold price. We'll do all the other stuff. Use the time codes below to go to that part straight away if you're watching this on the replay. But look, if you're watching live, damn, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main, coming to you live from Melbourne in Australia, of course, with my tasty beverage. You grab yours, I've already grabbed mine, and we slurp them synchronously together. Yes, it is the synchronized slurp. We do it every single show. Have you got yours? Good, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, slurp it. You got to do it. Here we go. Ooh. That's tasting a bit new filtery, if that makes sense. Of course, the show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. I am Joe Main, random dude from Australia. Who am I? I've been a stacker of precious metals since 2010, a stacker of crypto since 2013. I've worked for 3 major gold and silver bullion dealers in Australia: Goldstackers, Bullion Now, Ainslie Bullion, all those big boys, okay? And now I do this weekdaily live show, and I help you also launch and grow on social media. Specifically, I've had a long career in launching and growing YouTube channels and other social media for businesses. I did it for Bullion Now, I did it for Ainslie, I've done it for many different types of businesses. So hit me up with an email at gmstackers@gmail.com, gmstackers@gmail.com. I can help your business. I know I can help your business. At least let's have a quick chat, half an hour chat. It's called a discovery call in the social in the coaching world, okay? And I'll see whether it's for you. And if it is, I will charge you money because I'm a dirty creative capitalist. But at the end of it, you're going to walk away with a fully fledged social media, community, channel, content, the whole deal. It's a 10-week course where I work with you one-on-one, my social media blueprint course, okay? It's really good for you and your business to build your customer base and to get additional customers that you probably wouldn't have had previously. So let me help you. Help me help you. Send me an email. Let's see. Of course, I've got to do some quick shout outs before we get to today's main topic, which is Gold's Mini-Mania phase. We're going out live on X and on YouTube right now, so please subscribe and follow. And if you want to continue the conversation, head over to the Telegram channel 24/7. You can converse with the wonderful Good Morning Stackers GMS crew. Quick shout outs. Jason Rosana is here. Oh, and Richard. Thank you, sir. Richard Pin, Super Chat, $5. GMS, he says, I don't mean to take over the chart request, but Brazilian Rare Earths Limited, ooh, interesting, is looking crazy. Again, you don't have to, mate. Well, thank you for the Super Chat. I appreciate it. I always like to do a chart request when I can, so if I'm going to do one, yours gets preference because Super Chats always get preference. So Brazilian Rare Earths. All right, I will come back to that. Okay. Excuse me, just still getting over that cough. GMS says, Pete, repeat. Niels Hahn Dynasty is in the house. Chat Mum is here as well. Hey, Tony Peterson. Good to see you. Knackers, morning, everyone. Fantastic day. Excuse me. In Melbourne today. It is actually quite nice. I do agree. Morning, Joe. Morning, Jason. Good to see you. Silent Stacker, GMS, Silver Rugers, and a few more before we get into the thing. Mini-Mania says spirit-filled mindset. This is how you know I'm good at what I do and I can help your business do the same thing. So I teach people how to create consistently engaging content. Okay, and part of content and part of persuasion is first getting attention. So I really think about my titles of videos and things. I try to make them not too clickbaity, but clickbaity enough that someone like yourself, Spirit-Filled Mindset, comes in and goes, Mini-Mania? It's almost up 2 times in a little over a year. Mini-Mania? No. Right? Now you're in and you get to find out more. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. Welcome, everyone. Yes, and welcome to Spirit-Filled Mindset. Great to have you on the channel. Let's see. Pete Repeat says, I have no chat on the computer using phone now. Don't know why the chat is not on the computer. It is for everyone else. Pete doesn't like you for some reason. Let's go. Gold is in a mini-mania phase. Okay, what am I talking? I'm not talking about a traditional mania phase where it's the full-on blow-off top for a very good period of time for like years and years and years, but we're in a mini version of that right now. Really, it's just basically me saying we're going through a period of increased velocity in gold. It's the rate in which gold is going up at the moment. We just made a brand new all-time high. Okay, another one in both US dollars and Australian dollars. Okay, the rate increase is getting steeper and steeper. That usually signals some kind of short-term blow-off top. Now, I mean short-term because gold is going, the high thousands. Okay, 8,000 US dollars, 10,000 US dollars, possibly even more in the next 5 to 10 years, roughly. Where I'm pretty much certain of that, and many people are as well. That's why we invest in precious metals. But along the way, you're going to have your peaks and your troughs. So I do believe we're just in this mini-mania phase right now. And I do mean mini, okay? Let's take a look at the chart. Here is gold on the weekly time frame. I'm going to show you the weekly, then I'll show you the daily. Weekly time frame priced in US dollars, 3,350 US dollars. Congratulations to all. A brand new all-time high overnight, and we're exactly where we are right now. So that's gold in US dollars. I'll quickly show you in Australian dollars as well. We have made brand new highs, 5,257. I think we had a technical high at 5,271 US dollars on this particular exchange, which is the forex.com Australian gold price. Okay, so what are you noticing? Okay, what I'm noticing, that's the gold to silver ratio. Excuse me, we don't want that one. We want this one right here. It's great to see. It's fantastic. It's just now the velocity is just starting to the angle, the steepness, okay, is getting steeper and steeper. Excuse me, and that usually says, okay, well, from a psychological value, it means more people are piling in at all at the one time. Okay, and it's driving the price up. So that's like a mini-mania phase. Okay, so a top is coming very, very soon. And I did say, as I have been saying for a while, the steam has been running out. And what happens at the end, towards the end of a blow-off top, whether it's a long-term blow-off top or a mini version, before we have a bit of a consolidation, then onwards and upwards we go, it always happens in the same way. Always. Basically, you don't just have a creep, okay, just a little creep along and then it just has a big dip. You must always have the psychology go through the, oh my God, FOMO, oh, I've got to get in. Oh, it's at all-time highs, I've got to get in. Oh, I'm a genius. This is fantastic. Okay. That's usually what happens. Now, where it has its mini blow off top from, I don't know, because I don't have a crystal ball. We'd all be gajillionaires, okay? So I don't know. It usually does go, though, goes for longer and higher than you normally think it does. Now, that's proof is in the pudding, because I've been saying I thought 3,300 would be an area of resistance, and it was based on this recent high and this recent low. Excuse me, but we've sailed straight through it. Okay, so 3,300. That actually also lined up with, I think it was it this one? Or it might have even been the 2011 Fibonacci. No, it wasn't that one. If I go back and find the 2011, excuse me, Fibonacci, let me find that. 2011 Fib. Yep, right there. Look at that. See that confluence? Okay, so see the 1.618 from this high and this low is at around about $3,300. And then if we go back and we take it from, I'll show you on the weekly time frame, if we take it back to the peak of gold in 2011, we take it from this high and this low. I don't want the 1980s Fib, excuse me. Don't want you. And we take it to the 2011, right there. From that high and that low, you can see there's a decent bit of confluence. Pretty close, okay? So that's at around about 3,333, okay? So around about here, in this block here, this is where I've been figuring we are going to find our short-term mini top, okay, before we have a bit of a correction. Now, we're just a little bit above it. Hey, I could be right, but it can go higher for longer, okay? But where it could, have its final little blow off top to, I don't know. If you want to spitball it, if you wanted to say, well, between this high and this low, you could say the 2.618 at 3,500, but it's basically anywhere from here. I've actually been saying it's anywhere between, I thought it was going to be around about between 2,900 and 3,200 US dollars, okay? But I was clearly wrong with that. Again, goes for higher and longer than you think it will. But, from here, it's looking pretty peaky, okay? Let me show you why. Of course, on the daily time frame, look at these angles. And let me actually get rid of all this for you so you can see it a little bit more clearly, and I'll get rid of that fib as well. And I won't delete that. I don't want to delete it, but I do want to hide it. Okay, so let's take a look at the angles, okay? Let me go, I'll go to the daily. Okay, let's take a look at the steepness. We'll do a trend angle. Okay, so from the initial breakout, okay, and this is when we broke out around about here at around about $2,080, $2,040, $2,080, excuse me, you've had a beautiful move up, okay? And the angles have been some of them have been pretty steep. I think that's been 76%, okay? That was the initial breakout after a huge consolidation in gold. You're going to have an initial, we've finally broken out. All the very smart investors, not me, I wasn't loading up in gold down here. As you know, I'm basically all silver anyway. But that would be the initial, we've broken out finally. And all the initial, people who see it early go, we've broken out. Okay, an initial amount of buying. Then the buying slows down, okay? The rate slows down. Yes, remove them. The buying slows down a bit. Okay, so now you can see the rate of ascension is less steep. Let's take it roughly from here to here. You can see that's about 60%. Okay, so the initial, we've broken out. All the smart buyers go, oh my God, I got to get in right now. Whole bunch did, where that was institutional investors as well, probably, very likely. And then it just has a bit of a slower period. Okay, so between, excuse me, well, you're talking roughly, you can even say here, April of last year till about October of last year, we had that peak in gold around about 2,800 US dollars. Then we had a bit of a sell-off, okay? Now, this next recent little rally, if you want to put it to here, again, this is on the daily time frame, you can say to there was the next little one. That's around about a 62% increase, okay? And then we'll pop in a little bit closer for you. And then we'll take the next little high and the next little low and the next little high. Okay, so this one here to here, that's a bit steeper. That's at around about 70%. And now let's take a look at this one. Okay, you can very clearly see it, all right? Very clearly from here to, I don't know where yet. We might be topping a little bit higher. Okay, but let's assume if it's here, Okay, well, that's like 80%, right? The increase, the price is increasing more quickly. You're going to see that sharper increase, and that's just the psychology of people going, oh, FOMO, FOMO, FOMO. When enough people are FOMOing, that usually signals a short-term top. It is coming. We are in a mini-mania phase, okay? That is my humble opinion. Could we just sail through? Oh, absolutely. Sure, why not? Stranger things have happened in the big city. Yes, I want to get rid of you. Could we just completely sail through and do something like this? Could we just go, for days and days and days on end? But this 80% angle, it can't last for long. Okay, you could do that. Yeah, you could pump up to 3,500, 3,600, maybe even. Okay, sure, that could happen. But from around about here, we're in the mini-mania phase, and we are going to see a dip. Question is where we dip from. I don't know, but let's look at the potential lower prices if we do. Okay, I'm going to try. Let me just see if there's any Fibonacci from a major high and a major low. I don't think I should be using that. Okay, I'm doing a lot of this on the fly. I'm not going to... 38.2. Actually, that would line up pretty well. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to take it from... I'm going to use this as the first one, then I'll do maybe a more micro one. I'm going to take it from the lows back in September of 22. Now, I'm forward casting, okay? I don't know where this little top is coming to, but I'm assuming... Let's do it assuming it's around about here. Okay, so... It could be a little bit higher, roughly, okay? What you normally do... Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Look at that. So if I line that up, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I do find this... Oh, this is very interesting. Oh, okay. All right. I want to show you something. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm going to do this all again, okay? And again, I will show you this Fibonacci, okay? And now what I'm looking for... This could potentially predict a rough kind of high for this short-term top, okay? I'm going to take it from this low and this high. Now, what I'm looking for is areas of confluence, okay, with the prices as they move up. Are these intersecting with lines? So what I'm looking for, I'm deliberately trying to find the most areas of confluence, okay? So let me go up, and if I take it to here, what you see here is this actually does line up pretty well already with some areas of confluence. I'm going to take my glasses off here. You see my great big dirty forehead. It's looking, so if I line it up around about there-ish, or possibly even higher, about to where we are now. Okay, take a look. Okay, this is why I do believe we're in the mini-mania phase, and right around about here. Again, it could be an extra $100 or $200. Roughly, it's going to be around about here. Okay, I'm almost certain of that. And I will be happy to be wrong because that just means price going higher for you. But look at this. From this low and this high, as my voice breaks, you've got it intersecting right here. If we were to top out around about here, again, a mini top for a bit, okay, around about here, that does line up very well with the 7.786. Can you see that support level there? It also, if I scroll in here, it also lines up pretty well with the 0.618 right here. There's no major level there. Don't worry about the 0.5 level. Interestingly, it also, the 0.236 up here, lines up pretty closely. Again, this isn't perfect because we haven't found the pivot point yet. We haven't found the definitive short-term top yet, okay? But around about here is good. And very interestingly, this is where I would find, if we're basing it on this low and this high, I have been talking about the mother of all trend lines at around about your $2,700 mark. Okay, that's this trend line right here. For those who are new to seeing my charts for the first time, why can't I get rid of you? That's why. Let me just take you back, okay, very quickly. This is the mother of all trend lines that goes all the way back to, I'll get rid of RSI for the moment, goes all the way back to 1980, the peak in 1980 of $875. Then you've got the peak in 2011 of around about $1,920 US dollars. That formed this trend line, and we have recently broken through it for the first time, okay? Now, because that is the first time, in general, doesn't always happen, but in general, after you break out of a major trend line, this is the mother of all trend lines. This is the most major trend line in, I think, all asset history. Okay, I could be wrong on that, but 1980, 2011, it's pretty darn huge. Once you break out, you can tend to come back and have a retest of a major trend line. So I'm expecting that. Many other people are expecting that. Something like this, pick a top, I don't know, but something like that kind of thing. And then we probably, or you need to really have a bounce from there. But after such a large move, a move back to here, that's like a blip along the way. Okay, so that's why I'm expecting a test of there eventually. Okay, if it doesn't come, oh, great, sure. But I am expecting it. And interestingly, on the daily time frame, or on the weekly, I'll put it on, that happens to line up roughly with the 0.382. And we talk about, and as ASX Trader talks about it, and many other people talk about the zag zone, okay, or the expected area of support. And that is usually anywhere between the 0.382 and the 0.236 from major Fibonacci highs and lows. Okay, so right about there. That kind of lines up pretty well. Okay, so I'm expecting that this is why there's a whole confluence of reasons why I'm expecting, and I'll also show you the relative strength index as well. Let me show you here. But this is all the reasons why I'm expecting a short-term blow-off top around about now. We are in a mini-mania phase. Okay, take a look on the relative strength index on the weekly time frame. Okay, we're in extremely overvalued. Okay, now what it hasn't done, okay, it actually hasn't formed. That's why it probably maybe has more room to move before we have that short-term top. It has not formed yet. It hasn't made its decision yet, actually. No, on the weekly time frame, there's no decision yet whether that could potentially be a bearish divergence. Okay, so there's another thing you need to watch out for. You take a major pivot point right here, so that's very clearly right there, and then let's say it's going to be around about here-ish. Okay, now again, I'm forward casting, but let's just say we make the high around about here. Well, that's going to form a high on the price, and this is going to form, if we do not break through this line right here, if this does not become a higher high, okay, if it flattens out or even ends slightly lower like this, that forms a bearish divergence where you have a higher high in the price and then a flattening out or a lowering. It's just basically, oh, that's going up. Why is that not going up at the same rate? Bearish divergence, steam running out, momentum running out, okay, and that's what I've been talking about for a while. So that has yet to confirm, okay? We haven't found our top point just yet. It hasn't confirmed that it is the top point. All these are confluencing into my opinion of a mini-mania phase, which is about to end, okay? Again, short term, have a bit of a retrace, maybe all the way down. I think maximum down to here. I don't see us heading into this territory. I don't see us heading into, pick a point wherever it is, but I don't see us heading into here, okay? I don't think we break the mother of all trend lines. If we do, it'd have to be a quick spike, and then we do something like that very quickly, okay? What I'm expecting is from wherever it drops from, something like that-ish kind of thing, and then we just have a lovely little bounce and then onwards and upwards. Ignore the time frame. It might happen quicker than that, and it might happen longer than that, but something like that, okay? That's on the weekly, okay? I'll show you on the daily time frame on the RSI. Similar thing, actually. We haven't even made a new high yet on the daily time frame. If you compare, if I take the last daily pivot point, you can see it's probably there and go away and here, okay? There and there. Again, pick a point, but it's definitely a higher high, okay? You can easily see that. And between here and here, we're still not even at the level point, okay? So again, plus that velocity increase, an 80% angle, yeah, we're toppy people, okay? That is my opinion, and I'm going to stick to it. I'm giving you a 90% chance that we're in the mini-mania phase, and we're going to see the tick over very, very soon. Could, have a little bit more of a blow-off top. That is gold. We are in a mini-mania phase. I'm going to get your comments right now on that. Then we'll do the rest of the market stuff that we do. We'll take a look at silver. We'll take a look at Bitcoin and crypto as well. But let's get your comments on that. Let's see. Put on the glasses, fix the lighting. That's pretty good. I think the lighting is fantastic. Thanks for joining us here on Good Morning Stackers. Any comments, any queries on the Mini-Mania phase? And if we don't, I'm just going to get straight into the rest of the stuff. Great to see so many people watching as per usual. Please hit the big red subscribe button on YouTube and, of course, follow me on X. Listing Easter-themed coins today, Knackers. Anzac theme next week. Good on you. Jason Ashworth says, people are fleeing to gold as safety as they are getting out of US dollars due to the uncertainty in the markets. I think this Trump's technical analysis at the moment. Yeah, it's the tariffs thing. Yeah, absolutely. So there's a reason behind it. What I've learned and what I've been learning more and more is that forget all the reasons. Don't worry about what the reasons are. The reasons matter not. It's almost all about the technical charts. Okay, again, you've got to have some fundamental analysis as well, but the reasons why you're getting short-term things, short-term movements and all that, yeah, it could be Trump, it could be a war, it could be this, it could be that. The markets are going to do what they're going to do. And I do think we are still in a mini-mania phase. Now, I'm not saying, Jason, that you are arguing that we're not in a mini-mania phase, but I'm just saying, excuse me, did I tell you that you should be, why is this not working? Oh, now it is. You should be buying from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, the greatest bullion dealer in all of Australia. Free shipping when you have 20 or more items in your shopping cart. No other bullion dealer gives you free shipping in Australia. Yes, all you people watching from anywhere international go, I get free shipping when I buy over a certain amount. Of course you do, because that's what bullion dealers do. No Australian bullion dealer has ever done it in history, as far as I'm aware. Not in recent history and not in the last 50 years, as far as I'm aware, because they just don't think it's doable, or they're just stick in the muds and I just don't want to, because why would I? Why would I be the first? Well, Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au is the first and they're the best. Okay, they also have a price match promise. Find any product on their website cheaper at any other major bullion dealer. Send Perth Bullion Exchange a message with the screenshot. Ricky will check it out and he goes, oh yeah, they are a bit cheaper. Okay, I'll match the price. No other bullion dealer in Australia has price matching as their official business policy. They might do it from time to time. You walk into the store and go, oh, hey guys, I saw this cheap. And they go, yeah, okay, no worries. But there's no official business policy. This is official business policy. Okay, with some caveats, right? Some terms and conditions, there's a whole bunch of things, but use your own kind of common sense with that. And that's Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Let's take a look at our other friends right here. Ooh, Nelly. Okay. Excuse me. Please hit the subscribe button and also follow me on the socials, and also hit the like button right now because it does help me with the algorithm. Cool. Here is silver on the daily time frame, price in USD, $32.80 US cents. Okay, we're still above $32.20. Great. We're still above this area here, which is good to see. This is the expected support, the expected sort of the golden zone, as they call it. You needed to break through between this high and this low. You needed to break through here. We've broken through, just needs to hold. Fantastic. Do that onwards and upwards, and we'll be making new highs in silver very, very quickly. I do favor, as you all know, I favor the 0.786 as the breakout point. Many just go, oh, look, it's through that zone there. So yeah, a new high is coming really soon. I like to play just a little bit more conservative because sometimes you can get faked out here. Okay, so that's at technically $33.30, something like that. Cool. But on balance of probability, it's quite likely that we see that high. But yeah, I want that taken out. And obviously, once we do, we're onwards and upwards, and we've got to break that 35. Man, you break that 35, and silver is just to the moon, Alice, and all that kind of stuff, right? We're talking, if I show you on the weekly, as you all know, if you break this, it's looking very, very good. Break that 35, and then we're talking a quick move, pretty quick move, and possibly up to the previous all-time high of $50 US in 2025 is still doable, okay? That is still doable, particularly if we break here. That's looking quite, you might find some resistance around about your $38, $40 mark. But look, that is so easy. That's July. Okay, $50 silver, the previous all-time high, hitting it for the third time in history, okay, is really doable in 2025 if we break this $35 level. We can't be tanking here and spending more time down here. You've got to watch out for the reversal, okay? Watch out for here in case this is the breakout and the retest, okay? Technically, we didn't have a retest of the downtrend line, and I have been saying that max pain would be here. Everyone would be going, oh, it's over. We're done and dusted. We're never going to see. This. We're done, okay? This isn't a massive cup and handle formation, okay? Not this one, the one going back to 1980, okay? This isn't a cup and handle. We're all done. It's over, and then it fakes you out here. So watch out for the max pain line. Not saying it's going there, but that's at around about 24 kind of US dollars roughly. But obviously what we just want to see is this old chestnut. Do that. Find support at that 35 massive level. You can see right here. See that? Massive level. Cool. And then $50 is so doable in 2025. Okay. I think you'll find a bit of resistance, right? Probably come back to test your $43, $45 area, and then I don't think it will that spend. You're not going to do the following, okay? Triple tops aren't a thing. You're not doing that. Very doubtful that you're doing something like that where we touch that again and then we break like, $30 again. I think it will just be a little blip along the way, something like that. Maybe back down to 35, maybe, and then onwards and upwards. And 2026, 2027, and then the following years are looking very good for silver because we will be in the extreme 44-year cup and handle formation, which will get broken eventually. And then, man, we are just onwards and upwards. We go, ignore the time frame, ignore the pattern, but it's, all this kind of thing up into even up to $700 US silver, which we've talked about before. That's like 10, 20 years from now. Cool. I love giving you the big rah, rah, rah. I just need to get over over that $35 mark. Please and thank you. This is platinum. Platinum on the weekly time frame. US dollars 972. So far onwards and upwards we go. Here's the daily. Doing the thing that I was hoping it would do. Rather than doing that, I want it to do that. Hey, what I would love it to do is just do that, please. That's good. That's even more bullish. Great. Got to clear that $1,000 mark, give or take a few bucks, and looking fantastic. Okay, not a lot to say. We're not above the 1,000. We're not below 950, so we're just in this, okay, cautiously optimistic. I probably might call this cautiously optimistic now. Maybe cautiously optimistic zone for platinum. Cool. What else do you need to know? Gold to silver ratio is creeping higher. I have been saying that I do believe we head up to a little bit higher in the gold to silver ratio. Could be wrong. I think we head up to around about 110 to 112. And so far we are moving in that upward direction, but we haven't broken 105 yet. But on the opposite side of that, bear in mind, on the relative strength index, we've already gone into extremely overvalued for gold. Okay, so generally you don't tend to do this and then that. Okay, you tend to find you can do it here. That did it previous. There is a case to be made for it. But just watch out that you've already been extremely overvalued or overbought on the gold to silver ratio. Okay, so just watch out for something like that. But that could still take it up to your 110, 112 mark before it has a blow off top in the gold to silver ratio, which I think it will. Eventually, that is all of that. Rhodium, I will not touch today. Let's have a look at what are my other things doing? And then I'll get a chart request as well. So let me get to crypto, and then we'll get to the chart request. Again, if you have another chart request, pop a comment in. I probably won't have time for 2 today, but if you super chat it, I might have to make extra time. Helps support the show because I like doing this every day, and I hope you like it too. Here is Bitcoin on the daily time frame. US dollars 83,955 as of right now. Same thing as yesterday. So far holding above, but I really need that to break up really soon. Okay, 82,600 is the area. Won't spend a lot of time on this. Bitcoin is in a bear market at the moment because it's making lower lows and lower highs. It needs to do this, start making a higher high at around, it's probably around about your 90,000 is where it would do it. If it ever does it, it will do it around about here. That's a really good sign, okay? That's a good sign. Then if it does this, pick a point, I don't know, but somewhere higher than here. Anywhere higher than here is fine. Is it here? Is it down here? I don't care. You print a higher high and then a higher low. Pick a point wherever it is, and then you break back above. Oh, yeah. Golden time, okay? Golden time for Bitcoin. We are not there yet, and it's got to at least hold that area there. To be honest, though, if this is the pivot point right here, then really, if I take it from this low and this high, you're talking maybe the lowest is probably 80,000, maybe down here, 79,000. Okay, I'll give it 79,000, but I would really prefer it not to. Okay, I just prefer it to bounce off this 82.6 and then onwards and upwards. That's all you need to know for Bitcoin. Okay, got to get through on the macro time frame from this high and this low. It has to clear 96,000. Excuse me. I'm a broken record at the moment. Got to clear 96 and then onwards and upwards we go. Nowhere near it. Cool. At least let's post a higher high and start from there. Cool. Otherwise, no go. Otherwise, Bitcoin is still in a bear market. Others, the altcoin market, very quickly, good. Okay, so far holding. No indication that it's going to continue to hold and continue to go up. But so far holding the $200 billion area-ish. Okay, great. I don't know why that keeps changing for me. Let me go from this high. There you go. And this low. Okay, we had a little spike down. What do we say about spikes? Spikes usually mean S-H-I-T. They mean nothing. It's where you close days and weeks and time frames at. So we had a spike down, but we closed above the 0.5 level here of 200 billion. That's a positive. I'm an optimist. I try to look for the positive in all situations. So that's positive. We did close above 200 billion. Great. It's got to make a new high. That's all you need to know. It's got to do that. It's got to break up back into this normal area, okay? You start doing something like that, okay? And then back down to pick a point, okay? Just like Bitcoin. Higher high, higher low, and then back in again. Oh, that's really a potential massive bottom. Okay, and as Jason Ashworth, as we all know about Jason Ashworth, he loves a massive bottom. So that's what I need to see. And so far, we are not in a new, even possible bull market. We're in a total bear market. Got to watch out for there. Bang, bang. Down she goes. Okay, that is the altcoin market. Specific altcoins, what are they doing? ACH, don't want to talk about it today. I did mention HBAR, I think. What is HBAR doing at the moment? And I mentioned XRP. Quick look at HBAR. Here is HBAR on the daily time frame, priced in US dollars. I took a look at HBAR a little while ago, and I've got my all my stuff drawn in previously. Where are we? Big support or down she goes. Okay, this is on the daily time frame. Okay, we found big support so far. We've found support so far in the best buy zone. Okay, you call it right there. Or we found a big support. We dipped into the big support zone. That's all I'm trying to say. And we've remained above it. And we are so far, okay, cool, great, for good old HBAR. If you're in HBAR, leave a comment right now. I need it to clear the 19 cent getting excited zone, okay? This is based on Fibonacci levels from the old highs back here of 58 cents, 60 cents, and the old lows of all the way back down. Oh, no, so it's based from this high and this low. Not this high and this low, this high and this low all the way down there, okay? And so you've got 19 cents is a massive level, and you can see it was clearly large support on the weekly time frame for a bit. So once you clear above there, then we'll start talking turkey, okay? For HBAR, nowhere near it yet. So far, we're still in a bear market for HBAR, selling lower, okay, and buying lower, okay? Has not changed. It's got to do at least this form a higher, again, form a higher high, like a new higher high than that high, okay? Again, just like everything else, come back down, lower high, and then that's really quite good. You'd have maybe another hurdle to get over. The final hurdle for me would be at 30 cents, but probably from about 30 cents if you're confirming new higher highs and higher lows, and then like a second higher high, then you're pretty much certain that we might see even higher prices than there, but that's what I'm looking out for H-bar. So far, it is in a bear market like everything else, and of course the lower prices, if you break here, break back down below here, then down she goes. Watch out for the absolute line in the sand of 9.5 cents. You don't want it to break through there. That's bad news, bears. Okay, that is H-bar. XRP, I will quickly do because I did mention it. XRP, and then we'll get to the chart request of the day. Here is XRP on the daily time frame, priced in US dollars, hovering around that $202. Sorry, that $2.10 mark, that $2.08 mark. It's right on the Fibonacci. Let me get rid of you, and I'll get rid of you. Okay, there you go. It's hovering around there. I like. There's a potential. Can you see that too? I can. If I show you that on the 4-hour. Okay, potential inverted head and shoulders playing out. Hasn't played out yet. So this could be an interesting little sign, maybe. Shoulder, head, potential shoulder. Did it come back down low enough? That's probably close enough for jazz. And you've got your neckline here. That's a definite neckline. So I would suggest if you do something like that and you break that, then probably a bit of a relief at least. Okay, so if you do something like that, and then you break that, then watch out for a measured move from, why is that there? I don't want you. That's what I want. Watch out for a measured move. Doesn't mean it does this exactly, okay? Does not mean it does it. But you would see a bit of a higher move. Watch out for a move up to possibly even about over $3. I would watch out for this $2.60 level to act as potential resistance though, okay? That would need to... Yeah, and then, okay, watch out for the move up to around about $3.10, okay, if that is a confirmed inverted head and shoulders, and if the inverted head and shoulders pattern plays out to its entirety. It doesn't always do that. Big resistance at $2.60. That is XRP. Quickly, I will take a look at Tosh. Just Toshi. I'm not going to look at it on the Dex screener thing. This is quickly Toshi, just for the Toshi fam. I've had that move up to 0.0004, which is my cautiously optimistic zone. It did bounce off there, and we're just heading back down at the moment. Watch out for a big support line at right here. Does that seem to coincide with... Does that coincide with any Fibonacci levels? Why have I got that there? Don't know. Let me see, and I don't know why I've got you. Let's see. Does that coincide with any Fibonacci? Yes, it does. What do you know? Okay, so that coincides with, what do you know? The 0.618. Cool. All right, isn't that interesting how it works? So interesting. Okay, you've got this big spike here. Then you came up to that 0.00043. And now we're getting into, and we're already in, the expected support range, the zag zone. And that's anywhere between here and here. And that has to hold as support. So if that doesn't hold as support, not great. Again, it can spike down, but if it starts closing days below this level here of 0.00029. You start closing days below here, not good, okay? Probably heading down, but if you bounce off here, do something like that, sure, okay? Or just a consolidation for a bit, whatever that is, and onwards and upwards, great. That is Toshi. Nothing else to say about Toshi. Cool, let's get to my request of the day. I'm going to quickly look it up, but so I need to know what the ticker is, but Brazilian Rare Earths Limited. Okay, let me look that up. Give me 1 second. You can't see my beautiful face. Brazilian Rare Earths Limited. Oh, we've got it right here. Brazilian Critical Minerals, Brazilian Rare Earths Limited on the ASX. Mofos. Good stuff. Let me get that. I'll put you in blue. Blue. Cool. I found you. That is so quick. All right, and we'll take a look. Oh, shoot. Okay, now I know why you're saying that. Richard, hot damn. Cool. Let's take a quick look. Let's do a chart request for Brazilian Rare Earths Limited. It is listed on the Australian Stock Exchange, and I've had a wonderful request for that by Richard Pinn, who's given me a wonderful super chat. Super chats always get the preference. Happy to do a chart request. I've already found the chart. Let's go take a look at it. Oh, and I'll read the comment though. He said, but Brazilian Rare Earths Limited is looking crazy. Well, let's find out why. Ooh, Nelly, this is Brazilian Rare Earths. Again, on the Australian Stock Exchange. Price in Australian dollars, $2.39 Australian cents. Wow, I wish I had have known about this earlier. Dang, I do. I'm actually in some rare earth plays at the moment. I'll quickly show you those. I am in currently. Rare earth plays that I am currently in is APA Group, okay, listed on the ASX, listed on the ASX, and also LYC, Linus Rare Earths. Man, there's so many stocks and so many things out there that you just don't hear about all of them. Man, I wish I had have known about this. I would have checked it out. And here's hindsight's 2020, but here's what I possibly would have noticed. Let's see. Oh, let's take a look on the daily. Man, in the last couple of days, we have had a beautiful breakout. Yes, this is what I would have noticed, okay? Because, and I say I would have, that doesn't mean I would have, but, you know, hindsight 2020. So take everything of this with a grain of salt, right? But what we've seen on the daily time frame, a couple of spikes, it's been flattening out here. See that? How it's flattening out. So, but there's a divergence between the price, okay, and the relative strength index right there, and that's been creeping higher, okay? So that's saying, okay, the price is leveling out on the, it's just not really going anywhere, but the buying volume is getting higher. Okay, relative strength index going higher. And would this also, on the on-balance volume, does this also, oh, shoot. Man. Hey, Richard, give me a heads up next time, bro. This would have been a no-brainer. No-brainer. Okay, right here. Look at the on-balance volume as well. It's so annoying that I can't, this thing gets in the way every time. Okay, that's also forming a much higher low. Look at the difference there and there. That is saying, look, the price is very choppy. It's in a consolidation range, but look at the volume, the RSI, and look at the on-balance volume. That is just saying there's just more buyers and sellers, more buyers and sellers. Why? Why is the price ranging, but there's more buyers and sellers? Something has to give. That certainly gave. Just in the last couple of days, we've seen a move. We'll take it from the last couple of days. We've seen a 38% increase in the last couple of days. Looking good. That is looking very nice. Are we over a certain area of, yeah, we've broken market structure. That's clearly as well. Man, why was no one else talking about this? Right there. That is your very clear market structure break. Wow. And we've sailed through there. So I don't know the fundamental reasons why Brazilian Rare Earths Limited has pumped so hard. Is it based on a little bit of great news? Is it based on just pure technicals and just enough people going, okay, I've accumulated enough now, and then people seeing this, you know, bullish divergence? If I said bearish divergence before, I meant bullish divergence. Okay, so I don't know if this is the top for now. So good question. We're back. Let me do some Fibonacci to see if we have a confluence between some Fibonacci lines. Okay, let's do that. To see if we have any room to move or if we're looking for a bit of a pause now. From this high and this low, look for it. Okay, we're right at the top end. Isn't that interesting how it works out? We're right at the top end here of the golden pocket, the expected resistance range. Okay, so once again, that's usually between the 0.382 and the 0.618. You've got it right there. That's the zone that's the big hurdle that you would need to get over in order to say just onwards and upwards from there. So at the moment, I'm probably expecting some resistance here or within here. And so you can see there is a lot of action in this range. So if I go back like this, right, look at all the action that's in there. Okay, so that means that there is potentially some trapped money there where people have been buying here, they were buying here. It went up, but it didn't go up high enough. They're buying here, went up to the top, but maybe they didn't sell out. Okay, a few did. Okay, but then you've got some buying here as well, and then some buying here. Oh, I've made a bit of money, but I'm not going to sell out. Some people did, and then okay, there's a bit of capitulation. Okay, so you probably have a bit of trapped money from people who bought maybe all the way back here in February of 2024. So you're going to be, as ASX trader would say, you're going to be fighting with those sellers. Okay, so buyers are now fighting with those sellers in this general area here. Okay, in here, there's going to be a decent amount of sellers that are going to be fighting against the new buyer. So that's why you'll probably find some resistance here, or you'll find some decent resistance in here. That needs to fight through it, okay, and then finally break out. Now, once you break out of right here, this level, isn't that interesting how it works? That's at the 0.618. Okay, once you break out of here, it's pretty smooth sailing. You've got some selling here, you've got some selling here, and you've got some selling here. But all the buying action has basically been taking place in this purple box. So once you break that, you're probably pretty good. Like it's not in price discovery, but you're kind of almost there. All right, so then you'd be looking at probably pretty good for, new all-time highs coming. Okay, so watch out. That's a very detailed right there. Watch out for this area right here as your big battle that is going to be taking place. Okay, again, I'm using ASX trader parlance, but I don't think he cares if I use it because he teaches that all to his students, of which I'm going to become one. Probably the July intake of the 12-month course. That is my plan at this stage, as you know I've been talking about. So yeah, watch out from resistance here. You'd want to find support here at $2.10. That would be, preferably don't want to break that. And of course, look, if you break back through here, that's signaling something, okay? If you break back down through the market structure, that's signaling, okay, why are there not new buyers in this area? Why are there new buyers here? Okay, that tells you something fundamental about the stock, okay? You should be getting new buyers coming in at around about this kind of level, and I'd call it around about $2.10 if this is the high from here, and we don't have a pivot point just yet, okay? But let's forward cast. If this is the high right here, then you'd be looking at the expected support zone. Oh, there's a bit of confluence there. That's somewhere between rectangle right in here. Okay, and you've got a bit of confluence with the long-term Fibonacci and the short-term Fibonacci, and that's at around about your $2.10 kind of mark. So yeah, that's around about there. So I'd be looking for support at $2.10. That might be a time to potentially get in if you wanted to, but if you want to be really sure, if you're really quite confident, then you want to see what this does here and then how it reacts. Because you could come back again, you could come back down here and do this, and that's a really bad move, okay? Or you could come back down here, and then if it does that would probably be your signal to say there is absolute strength and we're in total bullish market structure for Brazilian rare earths. And also given that we're seeing some higher highs, some higher movement, I should say, in the other rare earths at the moment. Yeah, look, on balance of probability, it's looking pretty bullish for Brazilian Rare Earths Limited. I don't know what the ticker is. BRE. That's literally going in my watch list right there. I am watching. Okay, personally, I'm going to be watching for a test of around about $2.10. If it gets down to $2.10, I'm considering getting in a little bit, and then I'll see what happens from there. My stop loss would probably be around about $2. So that's not bad, okay? Get in there at $2.10, set your stop loss at a little bit lower, maybe like $1.90, because if it starts creeping back down here, why is that happening? That's the question you have to ask. Why aren't buyers stepping in here or anywhere in here, okay? That's a pretty good trade, $2.10, stop loss at about $1.90. You'll lose a little bit, but you're not losing much. Nice. Thank you, Richard Pin. That has been Brazilian Rare Earths Limited. I won't talk about higher prices from here because we've got to get through this big battle of sellers, which will be there. Cool. Thanks for showing me that. That is a really good one. Final comments and we'll get out of here for the day. I'm going to go backwards, a little bit backwards. Now we're talking about, let's see, from here, this is where we're at. Yeah, the tariffs in 1930 contributed to the Great Depression. Could have been a contributor, yes. Targeted tariffs are good to protect local industry. What has been done is crazy. USA isolating themselves. No. Again, I think it's, I disagree. I won't say no like I'm right. I disagree. I believe it's all a complete persuasion, complete, carrot and stick, complete negotiation tool. The US does not want to isolate itself from the rest of the world at all, I don't believe. I think it's just the usual Trump negotiation tactic of making lots of big first ask offers. Again, when you go to sell a used car and you're willing to take $5,000, are you dumb and you put it up for $5,000? No, you put it up for $7,000 and then someone goes, will you take $5,000? And you go, oh, okay, I'll take $5,000. You got what you wanted, okay? You bracket it up, you made a big first offer, and then you know people are going to negotiate. Sometimes I actually sold a car for more, way more than I was willing to take, right? And so I got even more money. It's like, wow, even better, I got a great deal. It's just the macro version of that, in my humble opinion. GSR over 100, surely silver needs to catch up. It will. It will. They just signed. Oh, thank you, Richard. Okay. So Richard is saying about BRE, Brazilian Rare Earth Limited. They just signed a big contract for more land. Okay, really cool. And I am thinking of taking. Oh, good on you. I'm thinking of taking the ASX Trader course too. If crypto doubles, though. Yeah, exactly right. That's exactly right. They also have, just so you know, ASX, the Mastering the Markets, also has the mini versions as well. So they've got the foundation course. That's about 10-week course. A 10-week course. But they've also got the 12-month course as well. Thinking about doing the 12-month. Really highly considering it. And then I'm going to become a better trader and you'll imbibe that stuff from me as well. And I'll have my channel will be better. Everything will be better. Yeah, I think that's it, my funky people. You have been watching Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main. Don't forget to hit the like button, help with the algorithm right before I go. Hit that like button if you haven't already. I've got to get those numbers up. Helps with the algorithm, please. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you are a new watcher on YouTube. And follow me on X. Nearly 3,500, over 3,500 followers on X. Nearly 1,500 subscribers on YouTube. We're just going onwards and upwards. Finally, what we do is we do dance it out with the theme song version number 2. And we grab our tasty beverages once more. And we do our final synchronized slurp. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do that.
Synchronize
3, 2, 1, go.
Now we're on the
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.